Hey. So yes, guys, we're on Facebook Live as well, and I'm joined today by Jenny Sylvester, and we're just talking about setting goals and working on God-given ideas. So Jenny, just before the break, we were talking about taking your ideas forward, and one thing we want to talk about is creativity and being creative with the idea that you have, because idea alone is not enough. You need to think sometimes outside the box and see how yours can be slightly different. Yeah.
So basically, when you talk of ideas, you cannot talk of ideas without talking about creativity. I think sometimes people have all these amazing ideas. They want to publish books. They want to do all these amazing things, but they're like, I don't have anything. I don't have the resources. But then I think every idea that you have is going to require some form of creativity from you.
Okay.
So God is a creative God. He literally, when he formed in Genesis, when you read the Bible, it says when God started forming the earth, he spoke it into existence.
Okay.
He literally created everything.
Yeah.
So if God is a creative God and we are all made in the image of God, so we are also creative. All we have to do is to tap into that creativity side.
So how do we tap into the creativity side?
So basically, just ask God. Obviously, pray about your idea, and also pray about your idea, and literally ask God, this is what I want to do, and just be creative. I think for me personally, I just had to be creative with everything that I do, with sharing the live up moments, with everything. You have to it required some form of creativity. And another way, if you feel like, oh, I'm not creative enough, I cannot do this, sometimes I think creativity is contagious, because you can be somewhere, you can see someone doing something and it inspires you to do something.
So if you're doing that, is it a bit like you're copying them?
It's not copying, but you gain inspiration. So some people, you find artists, they visit art galleries.
Now to see get more ideas.
Yeah, so what is this? People who draw and they go to different countryside or scenery areas, just
to change
get
environment.
Yeah, just to gain inspiration. So sometimes I feel like you can position yourself in certain areas to be able to gain creativity, to be able to gain that inspiration to create your idea. And another thing that I was gonna say was more of what was this?
Thank you, Matthias Friedi, for joining us. Carlos, thank you, Nana Ako, and Vincent Obukunjo, thank you for joining us. And Barak Ting Xiao, thank you as well for joining us. Okay, yes, so creativity.
Yeah, and also one thing, some people try to find the best time. Everybody has got the time of the day where they are most creative. So some people find that in the morning, early hours of the morning, they can write absolutely anything.
Yeah, in the
and
afternoon they're a bit dull.
Yeah. So
A bit like that.
try to find, try to do an experiment. What time works for you? What time are you most creative at? And be able to expand on your ideas. So really, I'll just be and also be committed to receiving inspiration about your idea, because
so that's speaking to other people about it.
Yeah. So be when I say committed to receiving inspiration, is more you can, by me speaking to other people, sometimes they just say something and it just makes sense, and I'm like, okay, actually I could do this, I could try and do this, I could, sometimes I'll be somewhere listening to someone's talk and I'm like, actually I just gain ideas. So sometimes if you're just in one place and you're saying, oh, I'll never be able to actualize this idea, if you're one of those past people, then try to tap into some inspiration.
From somebody else. Yeah. So Barack Obama says creativity is contagious. I see. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also, I think we're also speaking about in terms of ideas, what if you feel like you haven't got enough? Should I say you're not a creative person? Some people almost feel like, okay, I don't know, I'm not that creative. Like, and this is the reality. A lot of us feel like, okay, I have this plan and this is what I'm going to do. You know, how do we overcome that?
I disagree. I think we are all made creative.
Okay.
You might not be creative in like computer graphics, but you're creative in
something
another
else.
area.
Wow.
So you just have to find that thing that you and I feel like, again, I'm gonna say, for every idea that God gives you, He gives you everything, absolutely everything that you need. You just have to think outside of the box, pray about your ideas. I don't think you should ever believe when people tell you you're not creative enough, or you're not creative enough. We are all creative
in our own way. And I think everything goes back to just seeking the Lord on what He's given us.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's no point, of laboring if we're not involved in the Lord. We labor in vain, right?
Yeah.
And so I really believe that everything goes back to God.
Exactly.
We have to go back to Him.
Yeah.
And, to seek His face on what He wants us to do.
Yeah.
And especially as believers.
And carry God along at every step of the way. Yeah, so every step of the way, make sure you carry God along. Pray about it. And that's it.
So yes, guys, so thank you so much for joining us. We continue to stay on Facebook Live, but on the radio side I have to go off. So please tune in again next week Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tomorrow there's the Let's Talk About It relationship show with Mr. and Mrs. Vito. Okay guys, have a blessed evening and tune in again next week Wednesday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. God bless. Bye bye. Okay, so Facebook Live will just continue for a few, for a bit and then just, so carry on.
Cool. So I was just saying that carry God along, and sometimes it helps once you've started working on your idea and you've started building it, sometimes it's good to take time off, where you can just take time off. Like some people do retreats, some people do time alone with God.
And I think it makes such a big difference, retreats.
Yeah, so just take that time. It will just be you and God and praying over your idea and your goals and your vision and all of that, and just take time to hear from God. And I think a lot of the times we struggle to be able to...
So we've got a message actually that I'm going to read off quickly. From Barakatin Siam says, wow, she's really good at what she's teaching this evening. Indeed, everyone has his or her area of creativity. That's everyone has his or her area of creativity. We are unique in our thinking. So does it affect our creativity? And so does it affect our creativity? That's very true. More grace, host, and happy new to you all. Thank you so much, Barak. That's such a inspiring comment that you've made there, and I'm sure she's blessed by what you said. Yes, so carry on.
So just taking that time alone with God to be able to hear from God, because I feel like we are so busy. Like for me, for instance, 9 to 5, Monday to Friday work. So over the weekend, sometimes you can fall into the trap where you feel like I need this time to do other things and enjoy. But sometimes all you need is creativity, actualizing things, hearing from God. They all need time.
But I think one thing is we can always find time, even in the midst of a busy schedule. But I think I come to understand the most important part is actually seeking the Lord to help us, even with our jobs that we have. For example, praying about our jobs, a job that we can be able to find more time to do what He's called us to do. And if we're praying about our purpose, we're praying, all the time about what He's called us to do, and praying about the visions that He's given us and where He wants to take us, asking for His will. You'd be surprised that there'll be opportunities that will come in our way to try and make a way or pave a way for us to find time to work on what God has given us. And I truly believe that.
Yeah, but then sometimes it all boils down to sometimes you're so focused on one thing. Like some people, for instance, let's say you're so focused on like, oh, this year I need to get married. I need to get, that's just an example. That sometimes God is asking you to do other things with all this, because you're so focused in this, that one thing that you want to. So sometimes it boils down to what you're focusing on.
And I think a lot of times in our season of, so as a single season, of those who are not married, that's the best, should I say, the best part of the single season is actually pursuing your purpose, or pursuing the God-given ideas, or working on yourself, isn't it? Because you have all the time in the world. You don't have a child to carry around with you possibly, or maybe you're not married, commitment of taking care of a husband, but actually you have all the time in the world to work on yourself and to grow. So tell us a bit more about Time Light Bulb Moments. I'm sure people want to find out about it, because we've got a message from Mariziana Richard says, please put her details up so people can connect with her. So tell us a bit. So we'll put the details up for you, Mariziana, and after this I'll probably post it on my page, or we can just type it up on here on my page. But tell us a bit more about Light Bulb Moments, how often it happens, and how we can sign up, how we can get involved, and how does it work?
Okay, so Time Light Bulb Moment is really, like what I said, a ministry that helps inspire people to act on their God-given ideas. It could be any idea, because God gives us different ideas. It doesn't have to be just ministry. It could be business. It could be like you starting up a dance school. It could be that dream that God has always asked you to do, but you've always felt somehow you can't do it, or you are inadequate, or you feel like all these different types of fears. So it's really to inspire you to act on your ideas. And we do sessions every last Saturday of the month at the London Jesus Centre. It's near Tottenham Court Road. And so they happen every last Saturday of the month. And you can follow us on Facebook, and the name is Timed Light Bulb Moments. Or you can follow us on Instagram or Twitter. We still haven't launched our website yet.
Okay, so you're working on that?
Or you can always connect with me on my Facebook, Jenny Sylvester.
So Jenny Sylvester, Jenny.
Yes.
And then Sylvester on her Facebook,
on my Facebook, and that's really it. And if you want to be involved, one of the easiest way people get involved with us is they share their light bulb moments. So a light bulb moment is any inspiration, or any ideas, or any realization, or any experience that you gain in a day or in that week, and you feel like that could bless someone, or people could learn from that. So you can always share it with us. It's just a few words, and we share it on our social media, and people get inspired by it, and they get blessed by it. So that's it.
Wow, thank you so much, Jenny, for joining us. I've truly been blessed, and obviously I'm speaking to her, so I'm like definitely going to stay connected with her, and she's definitely going to help me work on my ideas as well. So please get in touch with her on Facebook, search for Time Light Bulb Moments on Facebook, and her workshops are once a month. You'll be able to find out more about it. So Bella Blessed, inspired I am. Thank you so much. And Valerie Nibukosi, thank you so much for joining us. This says bring them on camera. So thank you so much all who joined us today. Please share this video and get in touch with Jenny, and so she can help you work on your ideas, and yes. So thank you, Say, for joining us. We're finishing the show now, but don't worry, you can always play back. We've got 3 different videos on here relating to for the show today, so you can go back and watch them. Please share this video, and yes, anybody who wants to find out more about Jenny as well, you can search her Facebook, Jenny Sylvester, and we'll leave the details on how to get in touch with her. So please join us again next week, Wednesday, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you so much, Jenny, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I've really been blessed. Okay, guys, have a blessed and wonderful evening, and Happy New Year again. Bye-bye. Bye, Bella. It says, God bless you both. Bless you too, Bella. Bye-bye.